It's time for another special edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey, and in studio with us today is Mr. Jhan Corzine. He is with the Good Samaritan Food Pantry, and we'll talk about the food pantry, and it's summertime. It's a time of need.
It certainly is, Dan.
Yes, so we're going to talk about that and more. Coming up right after this from Rathkamp Financial Services.
At Rathkamp Financial, we act as your advocate in all wealth matters. We believe in long-term relationships and working to earn your continued trust with our customized investment solutions. Our greatest satisfaction comes from working with clients for many years and helping them realize their dreams.
Since you're no longer a judge, does the word honorable still come into play with your introduction?
I'm not sure the word honorable ever came into play when people were introducing me.
Can't say that,
but no, please, it's
judge.
just Jhan.
Jhan Corzine with us here today, and thank you for your service prior to what you've been doing here of late.
Thank you, Dan, and thank you for allowing me to be on.
Sure.
I know I do this for various organizations at least a couple times a year, and it's always a pleasure to be here.
Well, we appreciate that. Today, it's Good Samaritan Food Pantry time, and the pantry has been open since what, 1981?
Yeah.
Thereabouts?
Yeah. 7 churches founded it.
Right. And your church is Walnut Street United Methodist Church, very much involved in this.
Yes.
But so are the other churches that are still involved. But prices go up, needs have continued, and it's all due to the societal situation we have with inflation and everything else.
Dan, I couldn't have said it better myself. We have, just in case people don't know exactly what we do, our technical name is Good Samaritan Food Network of Ross County, but we're better known as Good Samaritan Food Pantry, or Good Sam for short. We serve households that have an income of 200% or less of the federal poverty guidelines. We allow people to come to our facility once a month to get food. We give them roughly 5 days worth for each family, and the amount depends on the size of the family. Last year, we managed to serve 26,927 individuals in households. That's 9,026 households. Mm-hmm. This year, we're on track to serve about 25% more than last year.
Wow.
We have also had, since January 1st of 2023, we've had 1,330 new households come on board. And there's a couple reasons for that. The SNAP program, that's the current name for the old food stamp program, cut back benefits in February of 2023. And we saw that coming. We knew we would see some increase when it came. What has caught us, and we didn't realize, was inflation.
Yeah. Prices go up with everything.
Prices go up with everything. We get roughly half our food from donors. Businesses like Walmart, Kroger's, Aldi, Save-A-Lot, Dollar General helps, Big Lot helps, and Valley Vending. Food drives. Various organizations will hold a food drive, bring us food. That's another place we get it from. In the summer, there are farmers that will bring in fresh produce. Mm-hmm. Every once in a while, we get a truckload of food in. For whatever reason, the truck's cargo didn't get accepted. There's nothing wrong with it. There was just, I don't know what. But
logistics.
They will call and ask, can you take this? And sure, if it's something that we can handle, we are happy to have it. Mm-hmm. But that still leaves half our food to be accounted for. We purchased that from the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. The Mid-Ohio Food Bank serves about 33 counties in central and southern Ohio.
And they don't give their food away.
They do not. We have been able, they do have items that food pantries can get for free. Mm-hmm. Problem is, they got hit by inflation.
Right.
And there are now fewer free items. That means more items that we have to pay for. And the items we pay for have increased in price substantially. Mm-hmm. So between the increase in numbers and the increase in food costs, We had almost a $50,000 deficit last year. Now, we have reserves and we can cover it, but we can't continue to do business that way.
Right.
It just, financially is not feasible. Now, one other thing that happened last year, I like to tell people we're like church in that a good number of our financial contributions come in October, November, and December.
Those feel-good months.
Yes, they're good. They are generally the best months, and we really appreciate that. Problem is, last year, that didn't materialize, and our public contributions for the year were down about $20,000 from previous years. And unfortunately, we're tracking this year to be the same or maybe even worse. But again, a lot will depend on what comes in towards the end of the year. But it's not tracking real well right now. So we are trying to get the word out to the public that, we want people to go ahead and continue with their food drives and contributing. But money really helps. Before COVID, for every dollar that was contributed, we could buy $5.15 worth of food. Now I'd say that's down to about $4 worth of food for every dollar contributed, but it's still a lot more. We can get a lot more with that dollar than you could if you took that dollar to the grocery store and bought it yourself.
And one of the things that we learned during our radio station days when we would have a food drive, we saw many people bringing food. And again, you don't want to turn that away. Mm-hmm. But when we saw the dollars that were being donated turned into food by the Good Sam folks, because you knew what you needed. You knew, hey, we need to get a lot of macaroni and cheese because it's going to fly off the shelves. That sort of thing. And giving $1,000 to buy macaroni and cheese and whatever else is left over is the way to go.
It is.
To help you guys.
It helps us the most. Again, I don't want to discourage anyone from having a food drive, right? Because it's important, and I know people like to do that. But I want people to understand that we can do a lot more with money donations than they can. And It's just because we're fortunate enough to have the relationship with Mid-Ohio. Mm-hmm. So, and I've been surprised because I've been contacted by a few people who said, why donate to Mid-Ohio? I thought all that went to, and I thought you got all your food for free from Mid-Ohio. Mm-hmm. I said, no, that's not the case. We have to buy food from them. And so I don't want to discourage anybody from donating to Mid-Ohio, because ultimately that's money they use to provide food to all the 33 counties they cover. But we are I don't want people thinking that the food we get is all free, because it's not.
And if you want your dollars to stay local and to benefit the local people, then make sure you donate local.
Dan, that's very, very true. You donate to Mid-Ohio, that's fine. I mean, there are hunger problems all over the state, and I understand that. But if you want be sure your money stays in Ross County, it's a donation to us. Or if your church has a food pantry or something like that, that's also another place you can spend your dollars.
Sure, yeah. Because you're working as a team to take care of the situation.
We're just trying to do what Christ said to do, which is feed the hungry. And we're all in the game, so we want to, I don't want to see anybody fail. But, Mid-Ohio had a meeting last Thursday, and there were folks from some of the smaller food pantries that were there, and they're struggling with the same things we are.
Absolutely.
So it's just been tough. And we've got dedicated volunteers. We have 75 volunteers. We have one paid employee, our pantry manager. That's it. That's the rest of our money goes, for food cost, pantry manager's salary, our building maintenance, utilities, insurance, upkeep, and office supplies. That's basically where it goes. We're a lean operation. So,
And as you mentioned, 1,300 new families that you're taking care of. That does not mean that they're all going away.
no.
The need continues to be there.
And so that folks understand, we give food based on family size. The amount, if a household is comprised of one individual, they get a certain amount of food. Right. I think the breakdown is 2 to 4 middle and over 4 is large. I may be off a number or 2 on that. Mm-hmm. And then if we get a 15-person family, that's different. But we try to give out about 5 days worth of food. Now, we are also looking at reducing expenditures. If we have to go that way, we may reduce the amount of food that clients get because we have some leeway in our bylaws to give less food. Mm-hmm. We're also considering not purchasing more expensive items, and of course, we're always in the hunt for grant money.
Right.
But individual contributions and business contributions mean a lot to us. We have a number of folks that do that yearly, and we thank them for that. Really, the community's been great to us over the years. It's just now, I've been on the board 9 or 10 years now, and this is the stickiest that I've seen it.
Yeah, one of the leanest of years.
Yes.
So if you're watching today and you happen to know someone, if you are someone who has the ability to give some cash in a great way, if you are a business that maybe you've had your business focus on different civic groups, don't forget about Good Sam, because they do serve a lot of the people here in Ross County that are in need. So if you want to make a difference in that fashion, make sure you send your dollars to you. Not you personally.
No.
But we have the contact information in this post, so you can take a look there. You've got the phone number, you've got the email address, and the web address as well, where you can learn more about Good Sam.
Okay. And, I don't know if you have the post office box number.
Yeah, I can't remember if that was in there or not. We'll have to double check.
Yeah.
Aaron's checking on that even as we speak.
Okay.
So
it's P.O. Box 1780 if you don't have it.
okay, 1780.
Yes.
Think of Brian Sipe and Ozzie Newsome. No, Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome was 82. Sorry.
And the website is new. That's just gone up in the last several months that you can pay through our website. We thought it was probably time to get into the
digital age.
century.
Yeah. So you've made it very easy to contribute, and I know some of the organizations like Kroger, they also make it possible with your savings card and everything.
Yes.
That you get a check from them each month probably as well.
Not each month, but we do get some from them.
We know that you can set that up in your personal account with Kroger and other entities as well. So anything that we have missed?
Dan, I don't think so. It's a tough time, but we think with the help of the community that we'll get through it. Yeah. And so thanks for everything that everyone has done, and hopefully we'll see some additional donations and we'll get back on track.
And if you're a praying person and you don't have Good Sam on your prayer list, put them on there. They
Please.
can use that, and the families that they serve as well.
Please.
Jan, thank you again for coming in today.
Dan, thank you. Again, always a pleasure.
Dan and Jan here today on another edition of Litter Media Live.